Today's episode of Ship and Crew is brought to you by Wits End Snacks. It has the best homemade beef jerky, hot sauce, seasonings, and other treats around. For questions about our product or to place an order, email us at witsendsnacks@gmail.com. That's witsendsnacks, WHITSENDSNACKS @gmail.com.
On today's episode of Ship and Crew, Michigan and Michigan State compete for the Scumbags of the Week award. We have QB controversy in Chicago. Maybe. We'll see. And multiple games were ruined by some of the dumbest referees either of us have ever seen. We'll wrap it up with a snake draft of our favorite fall activities. It's late. I'm tired. Let's get funky with it. What is going on, everybody? Happy October, or at least the end of it. Coming at you live from Chicago, Illinois. I am George St. John.
And from Tucson, Arizona, it is your boy, Sean Whitley. Georgie, how are we doing today?
You know what? We're alive. And given the experience I had on Sunday night, that's probably all I can ask for.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, for those of you who are not following us on our Instagram account, I gave a quick update over the weekend. I have a friend, a coworker, who is a huge Eagles fan, and so I'm a Dolphins fan. We've had this game circled on the calendar for a while. She wanted to get all of our friends together, coworkers together, and go to an Eagles bar in Chicago to watch this game. Now, Sean, I don't know if... Have you ever had the pleasure of meeting an Eagles fan, or many of them in a pack?
I have not met many of them in a pack. I have met a handful at separate times, though. So I've never had the experience of many of them at once.
Well, if you've never seen them in the group, what I will say is, if you think your team's fan base is the most fanatical, think again. You're wrong. The answer is and always will be Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Wow. That's what I've heard.
They are intense. They are loud. They are like a mob. Little dangerous, a little psycho, a little crazy. There's a switch that can go in their mind, kind of like a pit bull's, where they can just flip from being the nicest person ever to an absolute insane person.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the pit bull community. I may have just lost some people there. So we're
They're
going
friendly
to just...
dogs, Georgie. Come on.
They are. But they, like Eagles fans, you're not going to fuck with them. So the comparison stays. Even though they're very nice people, you're not going to poke the bear because you're going to get your face ripped off. We're done with that bit. So I went to an Eagles bar in Chicago called the Reveler. First of all, incredible game day experience. Great service. The food was great. Drinks were great. Big fan of the Reveler. Shouting them out. I will absolutely be back, not wearing my Tua jersey. So again,
a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah. So I was meeting Eagles fans, so I wasn't worried. I was so wrong. I walk up and the bouncers are like, "Hey, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you think you're gonna walk in there?" Like, I don't know if this is a good Philly. It's not a good Philly impression, but
No.
I can't. Like, anyway, they were just tough guys, you know.
Sure.
Like, what are you doing wearing that shit? You're wearing the wrong color green, motherfucker. Like, it was, you know. And then halfway through, they, like, changed tunes. They're like, you know what? Go in there. Yeah, it's going to get beat anyway. And just, like, all this, I don't know. They were very, like, welcome to your nightmare. You walk in there at your own risk. So I walk in and just am immediately getting booed. Like, everyone sees me. Boo! Hey, what the fuck is this? Like, you motherfucker! Like, people would walk up to me just out of the blue. All calmness in the world. Hey, I just wanted to say fuck you. Like, one guy was like, I just wanted to say fuck you. It was so refreshing. Honestly, like, listen, Dolphins fans, we are not the loudest. We are not the most boisterous. Nobody's scared of us in a fight.
You guys just kind of suck. You guys are kind of annoying, though.
Okay. Yeah, Bears fans are sad, and Broncos fans are crying or wondering why John Elway is not the quarterback anymore. I don't, you know. Your team bases are not that great either. But no, we're not. We are not legendary. We're most well known for leaving early.
Yes. That's
really the Miami thing. Like, just there's terrible traffic and they need to beat it. Sorry for drinking a soda. Papa needs his caffeine. It is 1:30. No, it's 2 in the morning.
Latest podcast yet?
Latest podcast yet. This is also going to be the quickest one. We are getting the fuck out of here. So I'm in the bar, and people are just continuously talking shit. I was really good. The Dolphins were a step behind the Eagles the whole game. I was really good until end of the first half. Cedric Wilson on a 4th down gets his face mask grabbed like this.
Yeah.
His head turns like this. And the refs were just like, no. Don't do anything about it. Eagles get the ball back, immediately pick 6 for the Dolphins. So I get up, I start screaming.
Time out.
What?
Time out. Are we talking about the Eagles-Dolphins game now?
We're just talking about my reaction. Good call out, though. We're just talking about my reaction because that happens, and when the Dolphins get the pick 6, I jump up out of my seat. Whoa! Like, ball don't lie! Ball don't lie! I'm screaming, ball don't lie, in this bar with everyone looking at me. And I just hear, boo! Fuck you! Fuck you! You know, scoreboard, motherfucker! It was great. Eagles fans, you guys are awesome. You represented. That's the kind of crazy I would love to see in a fan base of mine. They very clearly love their Eagles. They're cocky as fuck. A nightmare to deal with. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. That's all I got to say about that. Eagles fans, like, I'm a little bit of an Eagles fan for the rest of my life after dealing with that. They were nice at the end. Some guy, we're walking out, same bouncer who was talking shit to me, end of the night. He's like, hey, hey, you ride here yet? My Uber was late. He's like, nah. He's like, all right, come on over. Just hands over a bottle of rum. Take this. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. We're outside of the bar at this point. The bar
That's
that
awesome.
he's a bouncer of is taking customers around back and offering bootleg rum.
That's amazing.
That
Chicago
is
for you.
that's Philly. That's not Chicago. That's some Philly scumbag shit right there. Mad respect. The rum tasted awful. Like it was not name brand. But all around incredible experience. And if the Dolphins don't win the Super Bowl, I want it to be the Eagles. That's all I gotta say about that. We're gonna talk about why that game fucking sucked later, but just talking about my experience in general.
Oh man.
So, anyway, speaking of being in an away crowd, Sean, you had a big sporting event this week that you attended.
Yeah, well, speaking of Philly, it's D-backs and Phillies. And the D-backs are going to the World Series. We did it. It was our fucking year. We knew it all along.
Oh, yeah. Knew it all along. Mm-hmm. As a lifelong Arizona Diamondbacks fan,
yeah,
Sean is
lifelong.
He's been dying for this.
Let's go. D-backs all the way, baby. D-backs all the way. Let's go. I am the biggest bandwagon fan right now, ever. Living in Arizona, it's an electric time. D-backs are going to the World Series. I actually got to go to one of the NLCS games against Philly. It was their first home game, and it was absolutely electric. The atmosphere was amazing. I was like 15 rows back on the dugout, dude. Absolutely electric time. They won, which made it even better. It made the 30 to 45 minutes of sitting in traffic to get to the highway totally worth it.
Nice.
It would have sucked probably if we lost and I had to sit in that long of traffic. Would not have been a fan. Apparently, before when I looked this evening, right when they won, when I looked this evening, the tickets were $400. Apparently, they are all sold out now. So we're going to do a little live price check here.
I bet it's gone up.
No.
How bad? Oh my god! Did you just dry heave at the price of a ticket?
Dude, where I was seeing tickets for $350. So I was saying $400. That is including tax. They are now $822.
Oh my god! Well, actually, that doesn't sound awful.
It's not awful, but like that's way I should have bought a fucking ticket, dude. Right on. Oh my god! Right on third baseline, behind home dugout. $5,000.
Sorry about that reverb. That is an insane number. $5,000.
Right?
Like that is
Bro.
just oof. Supply and demand.
Insane.
The son of a bitch.
I am going to have to figure out a way to go to a game because I got one of my bucket list items out of the way, and that was going to an NLCS game. So if I'm able to figure out to go to a World Series game, that's the only thing to make that better would be a Cubs or Rockies World Series that I got to go to.
Yeah.
Because I was really bummed I didn't get to go to any of the games when the Cubs won the World Series back in 2016.
Yeah, we were stuck in Iowa.
But boy, howdy, did we have a fucking time there, dude. A fucking time. It was a blast. Yeah, but I do get to. Go ahead.
Remember we popped champagne
Yes,
on like the
yes.
steps of
Thank
of
God
my
for
campus
that
house.
rain delay. Dude, thank God for that fucking rain delay because I had to go to that fucking meeting, so I was watching the game on my phone while trying to pay attention to this meeting.
Yeah, we had a meeting for
you were just
school
like,
and
yeah, you just said fuck it, I'm not going to the meeting. I'm like,
I
yeah,
got
you were
in
in good
I got in
you
a
were in
lot of
good
trouble.
standing enough. Who cares? You were in good standing enough.
Oh, I don't
it was
regret
okay.
that one bit. The only thing I regret is like
I couldn't risk that. I wasn't in good standing
no,
with her.
no, you weren't. No, you weren't. I was just trying to explain the deal. Like, hey, I know this is mandatory, but this is also Game 7 of the World Series. And
Yeah,
I love you guys,
like,
but I love it.
God was looking out for me and Colin. He was like, "No, you guys need to watch the rest of this game at someone's house." That rain delay let us get out of that meeting. Got over to your house as quickly as I fucking could, and got watch the boys win. It was electric, man.
Go Cubs, go!
Go Cubs, go! Go. Okay. Anyways,
A little bit of a sidebar tangent. That's what happens when we record at 2:00 in the morning.
But also a little fun fact to bring us into here for college football before we get going. I'm going to the Notre Dame game this weekend, Georgie.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
Ooh,
Who are they playing?
They are playing Pitt. We talked about this last week where we found out that we went to the same Pitt game.
You're right.
But I just want to remind everyone.
That was 2 weeks ago, Sean.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah. LaShawn McCoy week?
Oh, damn, was it? My weeks are blending together.
No, it's all good. It's 2 weeks.
It was. But yeah, and so we will be doing a in-person live recording.
Big announcement. I don't know how what we got to think of a fun name for it. We'll figure out a fun name for it. But
I will need to remember to bring my headphones.
But yeah, we will be recording live. From my living room.
Yes.
Next week, so look out for it. It's gonna be a little different. Gonna be a little something fun. You know what, Sean? I'm presenting this idea to you on the air, but something we should do. Is it time for our mailbag segment?
Do we actually have like?
We do not. So, guys, we want to answer your questions on the podcast next week during our live episode. These can be questions about anything you want. It can be about life. It can be about football. It can be about something else. Can't think of anything else.
Family appropriate.
Yes, keep it family appropriate. If your question is not family appropriate, we will decide either not to read it or to talk shit about you live. So one or the other.
I think we'll need to post this on social media, by the way, in order to get responses. So
I think so too. We'll do more this week. We'll do more promotion. But what was I saying? Yeah. So ask us questions in the mailbag. We're also willing to give advice. We're willing to, I don't know.
Anyways,
I dug myself into a bit of a hole there.
Moving on to college football.
We are moving right along to college football. I am so exhausted. But you know who else is feeling exhausted? Michigan State, after getting pummeled by Michigan 49-0. I don't even think it's worth talking about the game itself. Michigan won by a lot. They were the better team. Also, Michigan is in some trouble. For those of you not aware, the Michigan Wolverines have been accused and are under investigation for allegedly stealing signs from other teams by using...
Fucking Houston Astros all over again.
Was it video equipment?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, he was using video equipment to record teams the week before.
It wasn't necessarily the week before. It was when they were having big games. And so this coach would film on his phone, and like for one of the games, I can't remember what game it was. Was it for this past weekend? He had bought tickets in the same exact spot on opposite sides of the stadium. So that way he could go film both sides of, because it was Penn and Ohio State, you know? Penn State, Ohio State. So it was like two big games that they have to play, you know? So this guy was like, got the same spot every time, fucking did it in his name. Like, what an idiot. Like,
what an idiot. He left a paper trail. Sloppy.
And then, like, in the games that were, like, big, he's standing right next to fucking Harbaugh. Like, where's this some Navy nobody coming out of nowhere? And I don't know, man.
So
Idiot.
We're gonna go ahead and assume guilty because there's just a lot of evidence here.
Yes.
This is gonna sound terrible. I thought sign stealing was allowed.
Stay.
When I first heard this, I was like, "Isn't everybody doing this? Sending scouts,
I think it's
stealing
the manner
signs?"
of how he stole it.
By recording.
Yes, and so actually, it's because he went to a game. Coaches and personnel aren't allowed to go to opponents' games. So it is because of that. They're not allowed to do that. I
Gotcha.
just heard that today, and I can't remember where I fucking heard that from.
Yeah.
It's a source, but I heard that today.
No, but I think either way, I bet Michigan is not the only team to have done this. And I feel like they probably were just the ones that got caught being sloppy.
Yes.
You know, not covering their tracks. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think they are eventually going to get in trouble. I think this gets Jim Harbaugh to leave Michigan. Too much heat on him from the NCAA.
Yeah.
And the prevailing theory is that the Bears are going to have an opening. So,
Could it happen?
Some dots are being connected.
Tinfoil hats.
The one thing we can say for sure, we don't know how this investigation is going to go. We think we do. But we don't know how this investigation is going to go. We don't know if Michigan is guilty. We do know that they did not do the worst thing in the state of Michigan this weekend.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Sean, did you see the trivia question that was on at halftime of this same football game?
I didn't, but you told me about it, and I want you to just let the people know.
There was this trivia game that Michigan State plays on the video board. Very standard practice. But there was some trivia question, and I should have looked up the trivia question. The answer was Adolf Hitler, and they they used a picture of said Führer, and some people didn't like it.
Big fucking surprise.
And by some people, we mean almost everyone. So Michigan State is also in trouble. The week that their biggest rival is accused of wrongdoing against the sport,
They just had to make sure that the number 2 team, like, was still looking good for the state of Michigan because they knew they weren't going to do shit.
No, I think they were like, wait a minute. Michigan gets all the good press. Now they're going to get the bad press? Hold my fucking beer. That's what I think happened. Michigan State is just like, you know what? We have a very bad football team. We're going to be as controversial as possible. We're going to fire our coach mid-season. We're going to release awful things that the head coach did. We're going to be bad at football. And now Michigan thinks they can steal our thunder? Mm-mm. Not in my house. Not in my house. Not in my big house.
Man.
Michigan said they call it the big house, right?
I think so.
You know what? I was talking about Michigan State. It was still a dumb joke. I don't like it. But it is better than bringing up Hitler in a public setting.
That it is.
So so no matter what you do, no matter how you screw up this week, just remember you're better than Michigan State.
Very true. Next up, we got USC. Not looking as good as we thought they are.
Fraud.
Back-to-back losses. Notre Dame and now Utah. So I saw this theory that Caleb Williams might be tanking so that way he doesn't get drafted to the Bears.
No. He still played a good game. He still played a good game.
I'm just saying, there's a theory out there, and I kind of like it.
He still played really well. It was a close game. I'm not buying that at all. I'm not buying it. He wants to own a team someday. He's not going to intentionally suck. If he does, that guy is delusional. And is not serious, but I don't think that's the case. No, Utah now kind of looking like scariest team in the Pac-12? Or are we still thinking Washington and Oregon?
So, see, I think I like Utah. I like them more than Oregon and Washington. I think Washington might be the better Pac-12 team right now, but I think Utah gives them both a run for their money. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think Oregon's beatable, and I think Washington's beatable, you know? I wouldn't mind the Utes taking a little run here.
A Ute? What is a Ute? You've seen my cousin Vinny, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 youths. I like that Utah's starting quarterback's a pig farmer.
I did not see that. That's fucking awesome.
I should have looked up his name. I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I don't know names or anything right now. But yeah, he's a pig farmer. So.
Oh yeah.
We just wanted to point that out and say it's cool. I want to go to bed.
Anyways,
so tired.
You know who's a piece of shit?
Oh, I think we all know who's a piece of shit, Sean.
Kelly motherfucking Bryan.
Bitch.
He disrespect the military this weekend. The fucking U.S. Army. Like, what a piece of shit.
We've confirmed it.
Like, come on, man. Have some respect for the military. We know they're not the best football teams. Potentially. We're going to talk about that.
Well, some academies are not the best.
Some academies. But they're not usually the best. You know, like, they run typically the triple option. And they're just our little steam engines, man. Like, we love them. They might not always win, but they're always chugging along. What we love about them.
They're badasses. Maybe not built for football, but they are built to defend our country.
Fuck yes. And when you put up 62 points and you don't let them score anything, Not even like any garbage time touchdown either. Like, come on. Like, what kind of coach does that, man?
No, you spot the troops 7 points.
Like, that's it.
A Patriot.
Come on.
No. Classic scumbag. We've confirmed it. Kelly Bryan hates the troops. He doesn't respect the troops. What an irredeemable piece of shit. Right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We don't like him. You continue to set the bar lower and lower, you piece of trash.
Unbelievable.
Now go yell at an 18-year-old.
Fucking embarrassing.
Oh my god.
But moving on to
fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing.
Sorry. We hate you. You know.
Oh man.
Go blame a bunch of 18 to 22-year-olds for bad coaching again. That's what we love to see out of you. Yeah, but you know who we do like, Sean?
Yes.
We like the Air Force Academy.
Fuck yes, we do.
Still undefeated.
Fuck yes, we do. Love the Air Force. Love my Colorado boys. Like, let's fucking go. You know, like they're always a Colorado team I can count on. They're looking great, man. Like, again, spot the troops. They spotted Navy 6. Like, that's respectable. You know.
Well, they know.
Granted, Notre Dame, I think, might have only spotted Navy 3 this year, if I remember correctly. But points are points.
Well, that's God's university, so
yeah,
you know, okay. they get a pass. They're doing the Lord's work, evangelizing through sport, so they get a pass. Those heathens down in Baton Rouge, on the other hand, they get
unfucking
pieces.
No points. That's
human
the
trash.
No points.
Gross.
Unbelievable.
Gross. I mean, I think, you know, you gotta take away scholarships. If you're the NCAA, do the right thing. Take away 62 scholarships over the course of like 4 years. Air Force.
Yes, Air Force, not LSU anymore.
2:19 a.m.
Anyways, all right. Air Force, they beat Navy 17-6. That was a chef's kiss. That was a terrible kiss. There we go. Chef's kiss. They're looking beautiful.
Did you see they're running the T formation at Air Force?
I did not see that. That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, they don't even have wing backs. Glorious. Just 3 backs in a line. T formation. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's the way the founding fathers intended us to play football. It's just better.
Yes.
George Washington.
NFL?
George Washington was like, you know, let the boys run the ball. 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Anyways,
don't shoot the gap until you see the balls. The brown of the balls. Moving on to the National Football League. We can never record this late. I'm just not well physically right now.
Yeah,
I am not built for this hour anymore, and that's a problem. I don't know. Moving on to the National Football League. Buffalo Bills are 4-3. I don't know. What's going on? Getting beat by the New England Patriots?
Like, it wasn't pretty, man. Like,
no. It was a close game.
Lost out there. I'd say the Bills looked a little lost out there, I felt like.
The Bills are a unique team because they are so absolutely talented. They may have the most talented roster outside of San Francisco in the league.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just they're so inconsistent across the board. Like, maybe there's like fundamentals issues. There's something wrong, and it starts, Josh Allen is playing well, but he will still throw just a garbage pick every game.
Yeah.
His decision making is still. I still think he's a first read guy, to be honest with you. He's just a runner, and I think the Bills are being held back by just trying to beat people with talent. It's not gonna happen. You gotta have some intelligence, like,
yeah,
maybe it's just like
they need some of that nerd brain a little bit that we were talking about last week.
Yep, nerds. Josh Allen needs a little bit of nerd. He's too cool. He was 6'5", 240.
Big hands.
Like, big hands. You know what they say about big hands?
Big gloves.
We throw the interceptions farther down the field. I'm sorry. Had to do it. Anyway, I hate them so much. I'm glad they lost. I was a Patriots fan for a week. Mike Gesicki scored the game-winning touchdown, hit the gritty.
Did you see Mac Jones gritty?
Mac gritty too?
Dude,
no.
It was embarrassing as fuck, bro. Like, I can't gritty that well. Have I tried it? Fuck yes, I've tried it. Can I do it? It's a white man's gritty.
Fucking embarrassing! It's fucking embarrassing!
But it's not Mac Jones bad. Y'all gotta fucking watch it. It is dog shit, bro.
He just...
Dog shit.
I'm sure Mac Jones is a nice guy. He looks like such a doofus. Like, that's really the best word I can come up with. He's just kind of got a weird face.
Yeah.
Like, probably a nice guy, but just kind of dopey looking. Doesn't look very coordinated, so I gotta see this. I gotta watch this gritty after the episode.
Yeah, I thought I might have sent it to you on Instagram. Or might have been TikTok. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I haven't checked TikTok in 2 months. So.
And that might be why.
That's pretty. I don't know. I'm not gonna get on my tangent. I just don't like TikTok. I don't. I don't know. The way it's set up is weird.
But that's how you get people to see you. That's how you get out there nowadays, man.
I know, but it's
Instagram, it's harder.
You know what it is on Instagram? There's still like a page. I'm gonna sound like an old man here. There's still like a page that you get to. There's a little bit of a filter.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's it's strained a little bit. You still have to like choose to open up videos. On TikTok, they just you open up the app and they just throw a video at you.
That's fair.
That
I do respect that.
Gives me anxiety a little bit. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, did the video start or I don't know.
It's the worst when you open it up and then it's on loud, and it's not the best video. To be playing on loud. It's the worst.
Yeah, you get caught. It's a rude app. It's a rude app. Like, Instagram is like, would you like to see these videos when you want to see them? And TikTok is like, here's a video. Fuck you.
Well, you can put in the settings for when you open it up, it's on quiet.
I don't care.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't care. TikTok is stupid. We won't share this part on TikTok. We don't want to be... We'd like to be monetized someday when we get good at this and we're recording at regular hours. But yeah, bills suck.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know who else sucks? Some refs.
Lots
Fucking
of refs.
refs.
Lots
dude.
of refs.
We're going a little out of order. I just realized that we probably should have had all the shitty refs things all in one segment. But we can skip around, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
We could skip around. We can tell you what. Let's save this one for later. Talk about my favorite story of the week, the most heartwarming story. Tyson Bagent. Sean, what do you think of
Secret Bagent Man? Secret Bagent Man. Dude, yes. I'm all in, man.
Yeah? Like, just send away
I
Fields
didn't
now?
get to see the game. Dude, why not?
I'm going to be honest. I feel like he played just well enough
to get the city behind him.
He wasn't that great. He played just well enough to get stupid people to call into 670 the score. And just, like, say... Well, I think this Bajan guy should be the quarterback because he's, he's so much better than Justin Fields. Like, there has been and will continue to be very stupid takes about this subject all over Chicago. Do I honestly think he should start? No. Do I think? No. Do I think Bagent has the vibe? A kind of vibe that is hilarious for the Bears? Absolutely. I love, that the Bears tried something new with a running quarterback and a scrambler who is still a good passer. He is not just a scrambler. Whoever's saying that, shut up. You're stupid, Chris Sims. But anyway, I love that they're just going to, like, this guy from D2. That feels very Bears.
Yes.
What feels very un-Bears is a quarterback that kind of looks like a scumbag. You know? He's got, like, the long, blonde, dirty hair and, like, that sleeve tattoo.
Yeah.
There's something hilarious about a team that hasn't changed their uniforms since the first Super Bowl having a quarterback with a full tattoo sleeve. I love it. Yes. I love it.
Did you hear what his dad did, though?
Yes. Yes, I heard what his dad did.
Fucking professional arm wrestler, man. That's what I fucking love.
That's...
like, a D2 QB with a dad who's a professional arm wrestler. Let's fucking go.
There's a grit vibe that you just fall in love with. I want to be very clear. Don't want Justin Fields to get moved off of the Bears. I think he's still good. I think he should still be the guy. But there's something about this guy's vibe I love.
Who's? Oh my gosh, QB. Blue Mountain State.
Oh God.
Oh my God. His name? Oh my gosh. Alex Moran.
Yep, Alex
Moran.
He's got some Alex Moran to him.
Perfect backup QB vibes, you know.
I was gonna say Thad Castle. That's really the only guy I know, but it's not.
No, Alex Moran. Thad Castle's the
linebacker, big guy.
Linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to give like an NFL comparison, but I don't know.
Brian Urlacher with hair.
A little bit.
Sure.
Little bit. But Bears won. That was absolutely beautiful. Beat the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else won this weekend? The Broncos.
Oh, goody.
Let's fucking go. They beat the Packers. So the Broncos beat the Bears, which we already knew. But they also beat the Packers who beat the Bears. So the Broncos are just a more of an elite, sucky team this year.
What I will say is, do you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that
That's
one.
the first time. So I live right next to a fire station. That's the first time we think in recorded memory that a fire truck has gone off during one of our episodes. We did it.
But it's not loud enough to be annoying, so that's good.
We did it. We had to wait until we got to 2:32 a.m.
Yeah.
My time. I'm so exhausted. I know this podcast sucks, but I'm just so tired. We'll get it wrapped up quickly. What were we talking about? Broncos.
Broncos being the Packers, who also beat the Bears, but we beat the Bears also, so we're more of an elite team. Elite, sucky team. Yeah, that's basically what it is. I love both teams. Both teams suck to me this year. So, it's just like the battle of the suckiness.
I think the Bears are doing a rebuild thing, kind of. Like, that team's being built from the ground up. The Broncos should have been good and just have sucked. But I think that's probably the better roster right now.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense why they're losing.
No.
But, I don't know. Is Russ the problem? I haven't watched much of the Broncos.
It's a little bit of Russ, a lot bit of Peyton.
Oh, we don't like Peyton.
No.
Ooh. That's interesting. I feel like he was going to be the savior.
Sean Payton did not do what we thought he could do. He's a very Brian Kelly-esque Kelly Bryant. I actually said the right name that time.
Who?
He has a very Kelly Bryant-esque personality. Big surprise, both, one's coaching in New Orleans right now at LSU, and one used to coach for the Saints. So I'm not trying to say anything about the state of New Orleans here. But I'm just stating facts. You know, both have relations to New Orleans.
Some weird voodoo going down on the football fields in the bayou. Some weird voodoo.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
Sean's
not
just
making
saying.
any accusations here or anything. I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Anywho.
You know the 49ers officially suck now, and there's
Yes.
no hope for them at all because they've lost 2 in a row.
Absolutely love it. I hate it for my fantasy team because Christian McCaffrey sucks, and what I've learned is you can't trust in Christian McCaffrey or the 49ers because they will just break your fucking heart. But yeah, that's what I learned this weekend. Hate that team right now.
Yeah.
But I kind of... Okay, no. I have mixed emotions.
I get it. It's a good. They're a good team, and honestly,
Yes.
the Vikings are good too. They just have a weird. They're having a weird year, in my opinion, that I don't think is reflective of how good or bad they are. But I feel like people panic, like, oh, the 49ers lost, like 2 in a row, and the NFL is not like college. That can happen, and it's not an emergency.
Yeah.
Look
at the Bills.
Yeah. Well, I think they're constantly in a state of emergency. They look like they're pressing. What an awful place. Imagine having to live in upstate New York during some of the coldest seasons. Couldn't be me. Trump almost bought the Bills.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Fun fact for you. Well,
Wow.
and he got beat out last minute. This is in like 2012.
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Anyway, 49ers. I can't stay on topic tonight. I have to go to bed.
No. You're good.
But
anyways, Vikings pulled out the win.
I think the 49ers will be okay.
Yeah. Now on to the shitty ref situations here.
Ugh, this game.
First off, we got the Colts. Man, the Colts losing to the Browns. I was sadly cheering for the Colts. And was one of them a pass interference? Okay, there's a double pass interference call. And one of them most definitely should not have been a pass interference. It was an uncatchable ball, and the refs just there's a lot of bad penalties leading up to this. The first pass interference, I didn't really think it was pass interference. It was contact within the first 5 yards, and when you're getting down closer to the end zone, that the line gets blurred when you're in the end zone and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm. It's tough, but not that. It still should have been caught.
They should have let it play out.
Right.
Honestly,
it should have gone differently.
It's just shit, And so Colts won. I mean, Colts lost. They should have won. They lost 38-39 or something like that. It was just poor ref displaymanship at the end there.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't. There's something about Gardner Minshew that will always get me cheering for him.
Yes. I love Gardner.
Watching the end of that game, I was honestly just especially when you have Deshaun Watson on one side. I know he didn't play, but I feel like the Browns just are still tainted by that whole issue. Even though Watson didn't play, that's your starter on one side. And on the other side, you got just this Joe Dirt looking guy having a great game at quarterback. I admire it. Admire the hell out of it. But I apologize. I got a weird text just now at 2:39 in the morning.
Alrighty.
I don't know.
Story time?
Well, yeah, we got one more game. We're gonna wrap this up quickly. What's your story time?
No, I thought you had this story time with that secret text there.
No, I don't have a story.
Oh, well, that's sad.
No, it would not be a good story.
Gotcha. Anyways, last game here.
No, not anything bad. It just wouldn't be entertaining.
Okay.
Anyway, last game.
Yes.
Let's get this over with.
All right. The Eagles beat the Dolphins, and did the better team win? Who's to say?
Probably.
Because, yeah, I would say yes. All right. I do personally think the better team did win, but the refs didn't give the Dolphins a fair chance. There were some missed calls that definitely should have been called. I saw some shit, and I'm no referee here, but I know the game of football, and I know what is a penalty and what is not a penalty. Those were penalties. Georgie, 45 seconds to a minute. The floor is yours.
The referees in that game were awful. I hate them, and I'm going to be a petulant child about this. There has not been a game where one team has gone with zero penalties since the Obama administration. That's the last time a team had 0 penalties against them. But somehow the Philadelphia Eagles had 0 penalties called against them. The Dolphins had 11. Now, that is wild. The Dolphins earned most of their penalties. Let's be very clear about this. They did not play a great game. The composure was not there. I think one of the main reasons is that nothing was called on the Eagles. Like, there was maybe 1 or 2 flags that went against the Dolphins that was egregious, but that happens in a football game. What doesn't happen is somebody never gets penalized. There were multiple holds, there was multiple pass interference, face masks. The Eagles could do whatever they want. Lane Johnson held every play. I like the Eagles. I like what they're doing. I like that team. Lane Johnson, you broke my heart by holding every play. And we saw it because you wear those stupid arm sleeves. So we saw that douchebag arm sleeve around Jalen Phillips' neck every other play. It was awful. The referees wanted to make sure that a premier team with a dedicated fan base didn't lose 2 in a row. Congratulations, you did it. You probably didn't have to because the Dolphins didn't play that well. But you got what you wanted. You jerks. You ruined my Sunday, and you almost got me jumped at that Eagles bar. And I will never forgive you for that. I will remember those faces. And the next time you're in a game, I'm not going to be happy about it. I actually have no power in this situation. But I just need to say what I said.
Let's let you go a little bit longer there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Refs suck, man.
They do. You scumbags.
Anyways, we don't really have anything to talk about right now. We just want to go straight into
I did have one question.
Ooh. Okay.
Did you see the tush push play by the Eagles on Sunday Night Football?
The what?
The tush push play or the brotherly shove? Have you seen that?
I think so. Have I seen that play
like
from them?
the fourth and 1, and they just roll over people?
I love it. I fucking love it.
I do too. So you don't want it banned?
Fuck no, dude.
Oh, thank God.
Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
It's football. At some point, we got to let football just be football.
Yeah.
And also, for any defensive player complaining about it, stop it. Someone's going to figure out how to stop it eventually. But I feel like the people that want to ban it don't really understand. People are crying for safety. Nobody's getting hurt. And I just kind of love the swagger of the thing, where they're lining up and they know they're going to get that yard.
What I will say is I've seen some teams trying to counter it with having a guy trying to time the snap perfectly so he can jump over the line and try to tackle the QB. And I've seen it work a couple times, and it's kind of beautiful. It's a work of art.
Yes.
It's either you're, like if you're too early, then it's a penalty. If you're too late, then they're in.
No, I don't. Yeah, I just don't see a problem with, that's one way to stop it. It's not going to work every time. But, I don't know. Somebody's going to figure out the special sauce. It happens with everything.
Mm-hmm.
How do we stop this formation? How do we stop this play? Somebody will figure it out. But I think as long as what the Eagles are doing is legal in terms of other NFL rules, it should not be banned. And I will be very upset if it is.
Yeah.
Teams try to stop it. It's exciting. We want the game to be as exciting as possible. That play is exciting to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying.
just saying.
I'm just saying I have to go to bed.
I'm just saying. You know what's the best time of the year, Georgie?
What time?
Fall. I fucking love fall. It's easily the best time of year. Chillier weather, football season, and so many other fun fall activities.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's a little warm right now up here in Chicago, but definitely in the mood for some fun fall stuff.
What's the weather up there?
So today we were actually in the 80s. It was awesome. I'm wearing shorts right now.
It was colder here than it was there.
Wow.
We were maxed out at 75 and had a big ass rainstorm down here in Tucson.
That's awesome.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
So is rain like... I imagine rain down in Arizona is like you know in the last scene of The Lion King when the rain puts the fires out.
Yep.
And it's like
yeah.
meet
Dude,
this desert immediately.
Yep. Yeah. That's basically it's monsoon. It's monsoon season. It's not really monsoon season anymore, but that's the type of rain we got today. Was that kind of rain. And it was nice. It was a nice little downpour. I watered my cactus yesterday, so they are definitely overwatered now.
It happens.
But they're cactus. They're resilient. They'll be okay. The aloe vera plant probably enjoyed it. Yeah, no, is what were we talking about? Fall.
Autumn.
Autumn. Today we are doing a draft of our favorite fall activities. We didn't really give any parameters on this, so it's good.
We said no football.
No football. That is
no
right,
football.
Because football is the best fall activity. Going to a football game, watching a football game, playing football, best football games. It's the Boys of Fall for a fucking reason by Kenny Chesney.
Great
fucking
song.
Love it.
Great song.
So football is the best. Otherwise, me going first would have the best overall pick. So I am up. So let me eat this chip and open up my phone.
We made lists.
Cut. So this okay. All right. This I'm so conflicted on this. Because I do have one. But favorite fall activity. Oh man. All right. I think one of my favorite fall activities is just going to like a pumpkin patch place, walking like the pumpkin patch, walking the corn maze there, like doing that whole fall activity. Vala's out in Nebraska, had a beautiful setup there. They had the pumpkin patch, they had a tree orchard, corn maze, all this fun activity. We would sneak in alcohol. It was a great fucking time. They are now selling alcohol, but year late on that one. No, I enjoy going to a nice little pumpkin patch and enjoy that experience. That is going to be my 1-1 pick there.
Okay, pumpkin patch. It's a nice pick. Am I allowed to... So, in some areas it's pumpkin patch. Am I allowed to say apple orchard as mine? It's not my number one, but I just need to know if I can say it later.
I feel like... Because I did mention the tree orchard.
Yeah.
I feel like that might kind of go hand in hand.
Okay. We are... In the Midwest, we're more apple forward, and I think you're next.
Nebraska's Midwest and Iowa's Midwest, and they both go ham on those pumpkin patches.
I guess Illinois and Wisconsin is more apple orchard.
Yeah. I would say
Either
like
way.
South Dakota is very pumpkin patch also.
I think the farther west you go, the more pumpkin you get in this instance.
Sure.
Because, like, we have pumpkin patches, but apple orchards are the thing. Apple cider donuts are the best.
Dude, apple cider donuts are the best.
All right.
I fucking love that shit.
Then
Anyways, what's your first pick?
I think we're going to scrap it from... So, I'll scrap apple orchard for the sake of variety.
Okay.
I'm going with bonfires.
Ooh. Okay.
Just a classic, beautiful fall night, the crisp air. You're wearing, like, your crappiest hoodie that you don't care about getting smoky. And it is just a vibe. You're just out there.
Okay.
Maybe you're drinking. Maybe somebody's got a guitar. S'mores. It's just an awesome night. And my cousins and I, that was our thing. Having bonfires in the fall. And it's like this great memory for me. Love bonfires.
Oh, yeah.
That is my clear cut number one. And I love it to death.
I love that.
My second pick, I am going to go with trick-or-treating. Not so much now. As a kid, trick-or-treating, that was an all-time night. That was the highlight of your fall.
That's a good second pick there, Georgie.
You get great candy. You're walking around. What was your best costume?
Best costume I ever had. Trying to think. What? Probably growing up, my mom made us some pretty badass costumes.
Made or bought?
Made.
Yes. Okay. Our moms were on the same wavelength here.
Yeah.
I had a lot of made costumes.
Dude, she made a robot one year. Pirates was a classic for us. Knights, I think I went as Knights one year. One year I went as a dead football player. I wore my football pads, wore a cut up shirt and everything. It was great. One year my brother went as a headless horseman.
Ooh.
And dude,
that was
isn't
your mom pulled off a headless horseman?
I don't she put shoulder pads on or something like that and cut eye slits so that way he could see through that and then had a fake head on a platter if I remember correctly.
That's awesome.
Right?
That's awesome. Mama Whitley was clutch back in the day with Halloween costumes. Mine was
one year we went Lion Witch. It was Lion Tiger. No, what is it? Scarecrow, Tin Man, and Lion.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They say that, and I'm like, wait a second.
From
here.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes, and then we had one of our friends was Dorothy.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Who were you?
If I remember correctly, I was the lion. Yeah, who needed a little heart.
Courage.
Courage, yeah.
Courage. The Tin Man needed heart.
Oh, Tin Man needed heart. Yeah. Courage.
And then Scarecrow needed a brain.
Yes. Yeah. But anyways, trick-or-treating, that's a great one. That kind of leads me into my next one because we're a little bit older. I'm going with Halloween / costume parties.
Okay. So
Does that play?
Yes, I say so.
Okay. Okay. So my next one, I feel like the one that I was going to take for my number 2, you kind of took for your number 1. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to tell you what it is, but I feel like it is roped in with bonfire, and that is sitting by a fire with a sweatshirt and having no bugs.
No,
like that,
no. You can't.
No.
You can't.
I'm saying I don't get it. I'm saying that was.
Oh, I thought you were trying to claim.
That was going to be.
I thought you were trying to claim it.
No, fuck no.
Oh.
You got it. I was saying you took mine with the bonfire. I'm jealous.
Okay.
Okay. All right. What's my third pick here? So I go 3, and then I go 4, 5. Okay. I am going to go with a fall hike.
Fall hike?
Yeah.
Okay. I like that one.
I feel like that could have fallen to me, but I'm going with it. It's crisp. You get to wear a little bit more layers.
Mm-hmm. You're not sweating as much.
Mm-hmm.
But you work up a little sweat.
What's up?
You work up a little sweat, but not a lot.
You do, but it's still refreshing. You know, out in the Midwest and pretty much everywhere except for Arizona, maybe New Mexico, you get to see colors change also. So when you're going on that hike, when you're going on that hike, it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. It's just a different vibe out there. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. That's a good one. I had hiking on my list too, actually.
Okay.
I was worried about losing that one because it's not as high on my list, but yeah, no, a good fall hike is awesome. For my next pick, I'm going to go with fall golf. I like a nice. There is something about like golf in the spring. You're just starting out. You know.
Yeah.
You're kind of shaking off the rust. At least in my neck of the woods, you're in golf heaven where you just do it all year.
Right.
But out here in the Midwest, like in the spring, you're just kind of getting your groove back. Summer is kind of when you're locked in, doing your thing. Like you are golfing for real. And then fall golf is like the season's over. You're not competing with yourself anymore. Your expectations are low. It's cold. You know, you're again kind of like hiking, wearing more layers. The leaves change on the trees. Sometimes the leaves will be down in piles where like you lose your ball in a pile of leaves, and you don't even care because you got, you know, you have your last 6 balls that are going to last you the rest of the season, and you don't care, and you're just gonna, you know,
you're vibing.
The expectations are so low. It's fun. You know, maybe you have hot chocolate. Like it's a really unique experience. That's fun. You ever had hot chocolate in golf?
What was that?
You ever have hot chocolate while golfing, like in a thermos?
No, because I've never gone golfing when I've needed it. But have you ever mixed hot chocolate and coffee?
Oh, yes. Who hasn't?
Okay.
Who hasn't? Hot chocolate, coffee,
delicious.
and a little bit of Baileys. A little bit of whiskey.
Yes, sir.
A little bit of something in there.
A little bit of homemade Whitley's Irish cream. You won't need that extra shot of whiskey in there, I'll tell you that much. And guess who sells that? Wits End Snacks.
Wits End Snacks,
plug,
baby.
A little plug there.
Wits End Snacks, baby.
What's your fourth pick?
I'm going to go with soup season, baby. All about the soups.
Damn it.
That's right. Try new. My office has a cafeteria. I work at a tech company. They had a.
Okay, see, I think you need to. I don't like.
I'm including chili. I'm including chili. Just want to make that clear. Soups and chilies. Like, I am...
It's making soup season. Like, you got to clarify that also, because it's not... You just can't go out and buy it. You got to make it.
Yeah, try new soup. My mom sent me home with a chicken noodle last time I was home. Like a homemade chicken noodle. It was awesome. So just incredible. Incredibly delicious. But yeah, like, are you seasonal with soups, or are you year-round?
All right. I don't mind a soup during the summer. You know, during an Arizona summer, it's not as ideal. But that being said, I fuck with like a little wonton soup from a Chinese restaurant. Love that shit.
I don't touch soup before October.
What?
I don't. I don't. And honestly, I'm done with soup by February. Like, I won't do it. At a restaurant, I don't care. Except if I'm sick.
Chili dog.
Chili dog, yes. But not chili.
So you're telling me you wouldn't have like a little chili cinnamon roll action?
I would prefer it during the fall. Chili might be able to extend... Alright, I'll extend chili beyond soup season. But October to February is the only time I eat soups. My office had chicken tortilla and potato leek today. I had both.
Hell yeah.
And the potato leek was moderately better. But they were both fantastic. I bet. Love me some soups. Love some soup. Also my favorite episode of Seinfeld. The Soup Nazi. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Anyway, Sean, your last two picks.
Okay. Last two picks here. Took that one. I'm going with watching scary movies.
Okay. You can have it.
Yeah, I know. I knew I was safe with that one. I probably could have taken that at number 5, but I thought it deserves the right to be number 4.
Well, that's a bad strategy, man. You know me too well.
Well, that's why I took it. Like, it doesn't matter because I have 4 or 5 right now.
Oh, I guess so.
So.
I guess you still were strategic about it. It is 3:04 a.m. for me. I'm just gonna keep saying the time.
Yeah, just.
I gotta be at work in 6 hours.
Anyways, so I knew I could take it this late, so I didn't bother because it should have honestly been like a 2 pick if you ask me.
No.
Just number 5. Ooh. Oh nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. There we go. Boom. Number 5. I am going with. Since you basically said a chili season, I am going with flannel wearing season.
Ooh, flannel. But honestly, you wear more flannel than me. You deserve that. Honestly, I think I wouldn't pick that out of respect to you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, no, I think I love flannel season. It'll be, like what I will say is during the day down here, it's not going to be flannel season most days. There are a couple days that it will be flannel weather during the day, but when I go out at night, it's flannel weather, baby.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be gorgeous out. It's going to be flannel weather. I'm excited. So yeah, that's my draft. Georgie, what's your last pick?
Raking leaves.
Oh, good one.
When you rake a good pile of leaves. Another memory from being a kid. Just jumping into the pile of leaves.
Yeah.
But also just like raking is kind of therapeutic. Mowing the lawn too.
I love mowing the lawn, man. Like that's something that I can't wait to have a house for, so that way I can it helps me relax a little bit, you know.
Oh yeah. My parents had my parents' house. We had a big yard.
Hell yeah.
Growing up, and so I mowed it. It was so therapeutic. But that would also have to be like fall mowing, like there's mowing the lawn in the summer.
I enjoyed it year round on that.
You know, that's like suns out, guns out. Spring.
That's how you get your tan, my boy. That's how you get your tan.
And then spring is like just the crisp spring air. You know, you've been cooped up inside.
Prime.
But fall mowing, kind of like fall golf and fall hike, is just those activities with with it also being fall. But yeah, I'm going with raking leaves. Uniquely
Love
fall activity. But like any manual labor in the fall is better.
Fair.
So
Fair.
That's our list.
Awesome. Right on.
Gonna keep it real with you. I gotta go to bed.
No shit. All right. Well, signing off. George is tired as fuck, obviously, because he's keep mentioning the time.
3:07.
So we will see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. And somehow, I think it's still our shortest podcast, but we still made it an hour and 20 minutes somehow.
We did it.
It's
entirely my fault. We don't even need to look at the tape.
Yeah, so there we are. See you next time. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, part of the ship, part of the crew. Love you guys.